live, but I can't. There we go. I was waiting until I could hear myself. I always like to test the audio before I do these things. It's just a smart thing to do. It's just a smart thing to do. All right, let me. Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to a Watch Me Work. I am Wes here at Rich New Design, and today I am going to be working over with Evmux. If I can find the right screen here. Here we go. I am going to be working in Evmux, a streaming platform similar to a StreamYard or a Restream or one of those. The nice thing about Evmux, along with the price, is the fact that that it has pro scenes. It has a lot of the capabilities and power that OBS has built into it. If you have the second tier up, the starter tier, the lower tier, and the free, you do not. The free, you do not have this. But in the paid tier, the $25 tier, you have this. And then there are certain elements of this that you only get in the professional tier, which is up closer to $50, which is what I was paying over at StreamYard without any of this capability. But what I am working on is Live High or Die. This is going to be our it's our program that we have on Sundays over on Allie's channel. I believe there's a link in the description to Allie's channel. So please take a look at that. Live High or Die. That's going to be 10 p.m. Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern time over there. It's already scheduled. I should probably grab the link. You know, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to, because this is a loose form kind of thing. We can all tell. Let me get over there to Allie's channel, and I'm going to grab the link, and I'll pin the link here so everybody knows what it is that we're working on. And you can get a little bit of BTS here behind the scenes as to what all we're putting together and what all we're planning for. All right, let's go to the Lives tab. Oh, I do not see it scheduled. My mistake. My mistake. We will. I will not be dropping that link out here into the chat, which is okay. Which is okay. But we have this. We have this going here. I've got 2 pro scenes already created. What I'm going to use. Anybody who's used OBS probably knows. Will see all the similarities here. Right now, it's on the thumbnail scene. Pretty straightforward. Here is where I can add layers. The only layer I have is the Live High or Die PNG, the image that we use for this. This is what we'll actually open the show with. And I suggest doing that whenever you do a live stream. If you open to where you're on the thumbnail, you know you've got a smooth transition. And then you transition to that thumbnail from something else, like the countdown. We go from thumbnail. I have the countdown set up. Go ahead and enter this, and I'm going to turn the volume down on the countdown.
Yes. Yes. Oh, hot damn. Hot damn.
So
hello.
We'll just
hello,
hit that,
everybody
and that will go ahead and take care of doing the work here. Now, I could have it after it finishes.
Live high or die.
I'm going to go ahead and pause it, because here I have the ability to pause the video, and that's just the video that I put over top of the PNG. The PNG is there, and the video is there. There is an eyeball to turn things on and off visibility-wise, things along those lines. And the settings for like this are over here.
Yes.
Oh, it's just, he keeps talking. He keeps talking. Let me pause him again, and let me come up here to the settings with the video. It's set to loop. I don't want that. I'm going to turn off loop. When you turn loop off, it does allow you to set an auto switch, meaning you could tell it what scene do you want it to go to after this. Now, that is still up in the air. That is still up in the air. I'm gonna have to. I may end up replacing this with something else. But what I have to do is we have human news. We have human news, which is what I'm going to be creating the next scene. I had done this over in mine, testing on it maybe a week ago, and we didn't get to have it finished by the time the show rolled around on us. Let me have a sip of my coffee. Cheers and peace and love, everybody out there. Please click on that like or dislike. I'm good with either. Engagement is what matters. I'm going to be working on this evening for a couple hours and trying to get our show ready for the stuff we need ready for next what am I talking about? Next Sunday. Next Sunday, Live High or Die. Let me go ahead. I'm going to click Add Scene. The name of the scene. Now you can see they've got all sorts of, they've got countdowns. They've got a lot of standards that you could go ahead and set up. Scenes with speakers on them, scenes for Be Right Back, countdowns. There's a lot I can go with. I don't want any of those. I just like blank scene, which is what I have created, selected here. Empty blank scene. Aloha. Peace and love. Peace and love, Rachel. Hope you're doing well. Let me get this name put in here. It's going to be News. I'll call it HN. HN underscore. I'm going to need, see, I'll be able to see the name, but we've got 8 different scenes I'm going to have to make this this news thing work. And so I want to have those kind of figured out. HN main is going to be yeah, I'll just call it main. HN main. It's the one that's going to have 2 desks. It's going to have Azura and myself. Now you see we're sitting here. We're looking at an empty screen. What I want to do is I want to add a new layer. I am going to add. It'll allow for all these different animated captions, text, dynamic grid. That's where you can actually put other. If you did have people coming up and you wanted to be able to dynamically move cameras around. I don't need that for what I'm doing here. Media files. I have an image that I want to add. It takes me to my media files, and I need to scroll down through here to find this newsbackground.png. Now you can see there's the different settings here, shapes. If I wanted to crop it, if I wanted to have it in a certain shape so it would only show, you can, put different shapes over it and draw and everything. Move it up or down in the order over here. I don't need to do anything. This is our background. I need to add a new layer. Taking friends to see the volcano. That volcano that just, every time it's like, oh, that sounds so worrying to me. It sounds so worrying. I don't know. Add a new layer. I'm going to add a new layer, which is going to be now the next layer up. Let's do it layer by layer. The next layer up is going to be a speaker. And that speaker, this speaker, is going to be me. Let's add myself to it. Now, I don't like that that's there. Let me look at the settings here. The over right, lower third. I don't want a lower third. I do not want a lower third on there. So hopefully that turned it off. And now I can come back here. And so I don't see one there. I'm going to go to another scene and come back to this. I'm going to go to the thumbnail because I had issues the other day. Okay, it's not putting the name. That's what I wanted. Because that is actually going to be a camera with this same color. That same color that is there. And so it should not show, let's see, frame. I want none. None, not default. None. I want no frame around it. There we go. There's going to be me, and then there's also, I'll add another layer. And it is going to be a speaker, and it is going to be Allie. And I want to make sure that her custom lower third is turned off. And we're going to move again over here, and we're going to come back. So I see it's not showing that custom lower third at all. And I want her frame style to be none as well. So there is no frame around it. That way, as long as our output coming from our cameras has that same bluish gray background that does, we will look like we're in the same room together. That is what the goal is there. Now I'm going to go ahead and shrink this on down a bit. And I want to go ahead, let me get that there. And I want to shrink this on down a bit. Let's get them in the same so they line up perfectly. There, now they're the same size. All right, and the next thing I need to do, there's going to be a desk in front of them. There's going to be a desk in front of them, and that is an image. I'm going to go up, select Allie, and add new layer. We'll add it right above her. Media files. I should have saved this the other day. Here we go. Human news. There is the desk. Let me bring this down to the bottom. And then these two, which I can actually go a little bit, because I want to maximize what I'm doing here. There, they're right up against each other now. So let me lower this. These should be behind that desk. So I want the bottom of the shot to be just behind the desk. And I want the bottom of this shot to be just behind the desk as well. So now as long as both of us are there and we have our cameras with the background the same color as that, against, I'll have Steve on my side and Azura will be on that side. I think that should do it. That should allow those two to be there. I need a custom thing for up here. This gives room for, let me turn on a banner. Demonstration of a simple ticker. All right, I will need to create a red. We'll have some sort of, or maybe, yeah, I think red. I think red would be the way to go for the, this is the ticker that we had. What are the settings on this? What are the colors? I think the colors come from branding. Primary color, default scene color. Default background color for the scene. Let's make this red. That doesn't look like it's changed that ticker at all. Which of these is the color it's using for that? Any of them? Neither of them? See that? And the banner can't run during. Left to right. How do I change the color of this friggin' banner? Well, I'll worry about that later. Because that's... Sample one of those. Cancel that. Turn that off. I like the fact that that text is there, but I'll worry about working that and changing that around later. see what all I can, because I need a red ticker. Let me come here to layers. Let's see if the layers has a animated. No. Apps and widgets. I bet that would have one. Media share is if I wanted to share a video file on it from my machine. Screen share if I'm sharing one of the. But we've got the speakers. Now, let me get back over. I need to be running Photoshop. I need to get into the human news thing with Photoshop here. Let me get that opened up so I can see exactly what I have to work with over here. All right, is that? Yep, I've got that. Okay. Oh, I can really hear that squeak. This is the Photoshop file that, see, this is how Azura will look against that background. Steve will be on this side. This is the Azura and the news desk, the main shot here. Let me come back over here. Azura's going to be in that spot there, and she's going to be over kind of in this section where, I don't know if you can see the mouse, over the H and the U. So when it ends up zooming in on her in the scene, we need it to be here so that it comes that way. So I need to turn off. What do I need to turn off? Let me cancel. Do that. Do that. Human news needs to be a part of it. I don't know what else we got there. Background. Let's turn the background, her and the background off. So I'm going to put out a PNG, which is just going to be this bottom section here. Let me export as. Not sure where this is going to try to export. I want it to be a PNG with transparency so that, you know, everything shows through. Gemma, cheers. Peace and love. Peace and love. Good evening. All right. Where do I want to save these? Where do I want to save these? These are going to go over in the live, high, or die. Assets. Pro scenes, human news. I'm going to call this desk as, because this is what the desk has got to look like when Azura has it. When we're on a one shot of just Azura. Save. Now let me come back over here to the pro scenes, and I'm going to go ahead and set up for this new scene. I want to add a new scene, and this scene is going to be HN underscore solo as for Azura. I'll say solo Azura. And create. Again, it's an empty scene. We're going to add the same layers that we had. Let's grab that background. Well, we're going to add one. We're going to add the camera for Azura again. So let's add another layer, which is going to be a speaker, which is, it's Allie's camera. Allie's the one. I want to make sure again that and if I copied the other one, I think it would have automatically had all this cleared up, so I wouldn't have to worry about that. And set the frame to none. And then I want to add the new desk piece that I just did. Media files, upload new, and I want to find it in live, high, or die, assets, pro scenes, this one. And let me select it. All right, and it put it offset a little bit. So let me square it up. She is behind it. As you can see, that goes all the way down to there. Her layer does. I want to have her over here, and let's see. Let me go over here and look at her camera again. Her camera spans all the way to the end of that N. Now, I could, oh, I hit the wrong thing. Control Z. This, oh, good. I could end up moving her to right here. I think I'm going to bring her down some, though. Where does it go from the left? Let me go back to this other. It goes way off the screen on one side and over. So she's taller up against those letters. Obviously, I'm trying to match scales. I'm trying to do some stuff, but I also want to leave enough room, and I want her on this side, because the other thing we're going to have in this scene is going to be stories that are going to be able to show over here. So she'll be leaving herself over in this part of the camera, but working over there. Brian, cheers, peace and love. I'm sorry I'm not keeping up with chat as well. I hope everybody's having a good night. I need to drink some coffee. Let me drink some coffee. Let me take a moment to drink some coffee, because I think this is going to come along. I have to make the same shot that I'm doing here, only with Steve, and I'll probably just duplicate this and just add Steve onto it, and then remove her. But I've got to have the different bottom piece. And then I have to make one for Harry the meth head unicorn, who is our weatherman, and then another one has to be made for Anakin Hempwalker, who is going to be our sports guy. Chad Freeman, cheers, peace and love, peace and love. Chad had a show last night, 11 o'clock. It was a karaoke program, open mic. I hope that went well. You know, I was over here doing the Allie and Wes, that thing. But we were dropping the link over there, and I'd shared that out. Chad's got shows I know of, I believe, on Sundays and Tuesdays. But don't quote me on anything. Don't quote me on anything. Welcome in, Chad. Hope you're having a good day. Type hashtag awesome. That way it will drop the link to your channel. There is a link on my page if anybody wanted to go watch. Let me get back over here. There is a link on my page. Have I been working the whole time and just on the wrong camera? Is that what I'm doing? I have no idea. I'm bouncing back and forth between these. So there's where Azura and Steve, and then she's going to be behind the desk here. It would allow her to go all the way up there, but I need, and I'm going to use one of our thumbnails, because whatever I want to show in this corner here for a news story is just going to be a it's just going to be a 1920 by 1080. It's going to be the 16:9. Is that what the dimensions are on? Something along those lines. There is the link. I see that Chad dropped the link. Everybody make sure you get connected to Chad. Oh, you still haven't got, well, just keep at it. Keep at it. You know, I lost like 4 the other day, like 2 days ago. I'm still not up to where the high was. I have not gotten back my 1288. I'm at 1287, or at least last I knew. So I understand. That is how it goes, though, Brian. That is how it goes. Okay, so we've got this. Now we're going to have that ticker going across the bottom. And so I should have enough room for that. Yeah. Let me see how big a banner looks across underneath. Okay, it still shows the desk. Good. Good. That, because I'd like to have some funny actually going across the barn. I want to add, on the layers, I'm going to add another image. You gain some, you lose some. It's a patience. It's a game of patience. You just keep going. Media files. I'm going to grab a thumbnail, which I know will be in 1920. Oh, I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this. This is what I'll use. Safeguarding Your Happiness. Part of the Cult of West series. Okay, so now will I still have... I need to worry about what I'm going to have up top for the human news team. #1 team in news or something. But I'm thinking we'll have an image here. This will be where our stories are. Does it allow me to add a folder? See, in OBS, I could group these together and add a folder underneath, which would allow me to organize these that way. But that's okay. I'll have she'll have a story or two. There'll be a couple of those. We're going to do the same thing over here. I want to go ahead and add it over here. Add the new layer, which is just representing where a story would be. And I'm going to, because I am so egotistical, I'm going to just keep on using this. And see if the story is here, because Steve the alien will be right above. He'll be in the open spot, and she will be on that. We can end up behind this story if we're moving back and forth. But I'll want to position Steve a little bit right of center, and she'll want to be positioned with Azura a little bit left of center, and then we should be able to talk about whatever story is going on right there. And that's because that's just going to be, we'll have these that we can turn on and off. We'll be talking blah 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 blah. In other news, today we were, and then we pop up the story, and it could even be a video if I wanted. It could be a video that I turn on and put that on. Oh, that I'm going to be unveiling that mascot on Monday's sermon. Monday's episode of Safeguarding Your Happiness from the Cult of West. There is going to be the unveiling of the mascot. That is going to be a thing we do. So I am planning on that. Okay, so I think between that one and then we go to a one shot, and we'll need to make sure these are all turned off because before the show, but then we'll turn them on during the show. She'll still be over here in the left-hand part of her shot and be able to talk about whatever story we have that we turn on and off here. Let me select this one, and I want to duplicate it. Now this duplicated one, I want to rename to, instead of Solo Azura, I want this one to be Solo Steve. Continue. Instead of Allie, I need to add mine in there. So let's come down here to the speakers. I'm going to add my speaker. I'm going to remove hers after I've made sure it's the same frickin' size as hers. I think right there. I think that's, see if they, there, now they're the same size. She's there. That's me. Bring me down behind that desk. Just like, oh, I gotta grab this part. Drag it down behind the desk. I'm not gonna have Allie on this, so I can go ahead and remove Allie from this shot. Now what I might end up doing is I might end up adding all these to the background on these shots. All the other speakers, so that I can have the sound of everybody in all of these scenes. And we'll see, because I want to bounce around between these shots, and I want to be able to hear. I don't want to end up cutting off if I'm talking to Charlie and then jumping back, because I know we've got to be at the back of their shots, just so our audio will be added to the scene. We'll see. We'll see. Now, let me... Bud Files, peace and love. Hello, cheers. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody out there is doing well this Wednesday night. I'm working on the pro scenes for this weekend's Live High or Die. It starts with the thumbnail. Then I go to the countdown video, which 5 seconds after it starts, you'll hear that wizard. Yes.
Hot damn. Hello. Hello.
So the wizard will do his thing, and then after this video ends up playing, it's going to go to here. Hey, everybody. Oh, let me turn off the story, because there won't be a story at the top. And so I'll name each of the stories. I'll have the images we're going to use, and they don't have to be too many. I always like to have 3 or 4 funny images. Allie had some great images last week when we did this of Val Kilmer and one of Mickey Rourke. I thought that was a thing of beauty, the way she did that. That was just so good. That was so good. But so it goes to human news, and then we'll be talking, and Azura will have a story to tell. We'll cut to a one shot of her. In other news, blah 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 blah, and then, oh, that was very interesting. And then to me, in other news, blah 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 blah. Let's see how these are. Is she all the way on the edge? She's right up to the edge. Am I right up to the edge? Now you notice mine has that name on it. I didn't do this with mine. I got to do this again. Custom lower third. I gotta turn it off so I do not have a lower third on mine, and I want to make sure I have no frame. No frame. That way, as long, like I say, as long as the background, because we all run green screen. Like I've got this other screen behind me, and the screen that I'll want to end up having behind me, is it this one? Is this. This will match. That way I would look like I'm at that desk if I were there in that shot. I can't share both. I don't think I can share both. So let me get back over to that other scene. But that's how that will work. So it will look like I'm in that room. It will look like we're in the same location that the two of us are, and that ought to work out. Jaden, cheers, peace and love. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. So we've got the shot, the solo shot with Steve. Now, what's wrong with this shot? This down here. See how it has human? Well, that's the part that's underneath of Azura. I want to make this, so I've got to make a new desk to put underneath of Steve. Let me come back over here to Photoshop where I was working on this. And I am going to hold down the shift so it does not tilt things around. What is the desk? This, and this, I believe, is the desk. Yeah, because that's human news. That's this. All right, let me hold down shift while I drag these to the right. You see how it did nothing? Let me Control Z. Control Z. Let me make sure I've got all 3 layers selected. So human news is as well. Hold down the, oh, nope, wrong. Hold down the shift key. Drag all of it to the right. what is going on? Control Z. The hell is that? I have no idea. Oh, that's probably the ticker. Can I move it with the arrow? Yes. All right, let's just move it with the arrow then. Because we know he's on the other side of human news. Let me look again at the pro scenes so I can kind of gauge. He comes all the way up to the edge of N there with his camera, but he's going to primarily be over the EWS. So the EWS is where I want that. Hang on a second. Hang on so I can I've got you guys over on a terrible monitor that I can barely see. Oh, would I recommend you know that depends. I color schemes and themes and so forth. You do want some branding. You do want some things to make sense that way. It is a part of it. But I have seen both sides of it. I've seen people that do different stuff every time, and end up having success with it. Branding does work though. Branding and the with consistency, putting that same image out there over and over again. The live high or die that we have there. It's for individuals though, depending upon what they're actually doing. Why did that turn my camera off? Did I turn my camera off? Oh, I did. I did turn my camera off. I'm not that bright. I'm not that bright today, Rachel. Well, it. See, I don't. It's all case by case. It's all case by case. And what I'm doing here is trying to see. I'm more trying to get this from a production standpoint. I'm not as worried about branding right here. I got a lot of branding going on when I'm looking over there at the Cult of West and trying to get a look and feel with that. And so for my channel and the thumbnails, I keep the same thumbnail for the different series that I'm doing. And I do try to do a bit of that, but there are so many different things that work, and so if I'd have to look on a case by case basis at what somebody's got going on before I'd really say what it is that I suggest they do. I believe I had a text message, everybody, and you all know I have to make sure and check out the. Oh, it was a nice message. Was there a nice message? Let me respond. I sure love you. One guess. One guess. You all get one guess. One guess as to what lovely green-haired woman that was. Oh, let me get back over. So I need to keep him. His is going from the end all the way over. Let me get over here to Photoshop and let me continue the move to the left that I am doing. His camera goes a lot of the way, but he's going to be over that EWS over here on the right is what's going to end up happening. So I'm going to keep bringing it over. That way it looks like it makes sense that we're bouncing from one to the other when it comes to these cameras. Let me look again at the pro scene that I've got to match up to. Oh, he goes well past the S. But that's okay. That's okay. So past the H over here, but we had the H in the shot. So it's all gonna work. It's all gonna work. Keep bringing it over. Keep doing it. I think I'm gonna go right about there. Now let me export this export as a PNG with transparency selected. These are all 1920 by 1080, so they all just overlay where they need to be is what I don't have to move that one around at all. And this one, just like that one was Desk AZ, I'm going to make this one Desk Steve. There's going to be a Desk Anakin, there's going to be a Desk Harry, and there's going to be a Desk as, that's going to be the 3, Steve, as, and Harry. There's going to be a desk that is the 3, Steve, as, and Anakin. And there's going to be a desk that is the 4 of them, so we can see the entire news crew there, if you will. Okay, so that has been done. Let me get back over here, and let's go to the Solo Steve. And we want to replace this this desk. Add new. I'm going to have to upload it. Media files. Upload new. It is going to be the Desk Steve shot. Select Desk Steve. And for some reason, I notice it offsets it just a little bit when it adds it. So I've got to just center it and line it up. And I can get rid of Desk AZ. Remove that one from the scene. The desk is in front of nope, not behind. There we go. There we go. And then this thumbnail, the story thumbnail that we have, is lined up with the top of that, should be over here. So we have, let's make sure here's the one with the story turned on for Allie's, and then for Steve when Steve comes on. So we both have the ability to tell stories just on our own. I don't know for sure that we'll use these unless we need these. But I want to have the camera cuts to be able to do the different things that we have going on. So, by default, turn off the story. By default, turn off the story. And now I have the main. I have the Solo Zura, the Solo Steve. Next, I need the sports guy. So I need Solo Harry. I need a Solo Harry, and I'm not. That desk is I'm gonna move the desk on down the way it was. So that'll all end up working out. I'll end up just. Oh, I know exactly how I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Let me come back over here. Add scene. We're gonna add this one. It's going to be, again, HN underscore Solo underscore Harry, which is our weather guy. Blank scene. Oh, why is this in front of it? I couldn't create it. Add a layer. Add a media file. First, I'm going to add the news background. Then I am going to add, nope, that's not right. That's not right. Then I am going to add a new speaker. And this is Harry, so I actually need to add Charlie. Turn off that lower third because I am going to put my own I'm going to put my own names and stuff up. I'm going to put my own weatherman thing and things along those lines. Turn off the frame. Where is it? Where is it? The frame to none. And so now we've got Harry. He's going to be a little bit smaller. Let me come to here and let me look at how big that is. That comes all the way to there. Harry is going to be I'm thinking here. Again, I'm gonna look at these, see where that is at. And this is just by himself, so it's not as big a deal. Go a little bit smaller. And now I need to add a desk. Set bonfire. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Having this coffee down. Let me get back over here to Photoshop. Now I think Harry is going to be down at the other. Well, let me just create the two other ones that I feel like I need here. Let me keep moving this. I'm going to shift and just keep dragging that over. Keep dragging the news desk over, because that's where Steve's at, right? At the end of news. Now what I need to do is I need to take this rectangle and this rectangle, and I'm going to end up extending them just to the left. But for now, let's move. Oh, I heard something. I heard something. You can hear me, right? You can now. And let me make sure everybody out there can hear you. Say hello.
I just wanted to see if this would work.
Well, they should be able to hear you too. But all you'll be able to see, I could do this if you wanna be able to see me. I could do this. Hey, look at me over here.
Oh, little you out there. I see you.
Or hey, let me do this. Let's see how this looks. Look at this. Oh, tell us all about the story that's going on.
Well, on Tuesdays you can Mondays you can safeguard your happiness with the Cult of Wes. Ooh.
Exactly, the Cult of Wes. The Cult of Wes. She has gone on into the room, everybody, so she's hanging out there. I'm over here in OBS doing my thing, and we're trying to make all this happen. What are you up to, honey?
I was spending some time with my mom, and she's making dinner, so I'm gonna have to leave in a little bit, but I wanted to hang out for a few minutes.
Awesome. There's no way we could do a green screen, right?
I could
No,
do
I'm
something.
sure there isn't.
No, I can.
To just test out the Azura and Scud or whatever right here against.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, see, you'd need to set the whole curtain. Let's not worry about that.
I'd have to set everything up.
Let's not worry about that at all. Bonfire says hello. Rachel's out there saying hello.
Hello,
some people hanging out. People have been in and out. We're doing this kind of thing. You got this. We've got your solo thing. Then we've got the two of us running here. This kind of works. This kind of works.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I think this kind of this will be Steve with that background. So Steve will be here, and then any of the stories that come up, we're gonna pop our images up here. So you and I'll be more to the one side of mine. You'll be a little to the side of yours. So we'll talk about Val Kilmer or whatever it is that we have,
right.
And have those laid out across the top here for the stories. Let me get back. I can let's go solo. Well, no, this way you can see me. I'll go back so you can see me. Felt rude. But, no, what are you having for dinner?
Mom is making chicken Alfredo.
Ooh.
I know. It sounds so good.
That does sound good.
She's making garlic, so the house is all garlicky.
Garlic. I like garlic. Now I want potatoes. You said that, and now I want potatoes.
Maybe you deserve a little bit of potato.
I feel like maybe I do. That might be just what I need. And let me throw a banner on here.
All right.
just to show that this kind of will work with a banner going across the bottom. Who knows? And then you tell your story, blah blah blah. And in other news, these people did this at this place, and it kind of made me upset. And then then that's
Ow!
it's a great story. It's a great story. I love those stories.
I love you. I love you so much. This is looking really fucking good. This is looking awesome.
It's getting there. It's getting there. We already have the two other. I'm working on. I'll put it here. So you won't see yourself, but I was just getting ready to. I'm over in Photoshop when I heard you beep in. I'm making I'm moving the desk that I need for Harry. That's Harry's camera that we have right there. So this is the solo Harry scene, solo Steve scene. I have to add. That's my next question is, like in this scene, their cameras aren't in here.
Right.
In the others, I'm gonna, like the solo Harry, I'm gonna add your and my camera to the background behind the thumbnail.
Yeah, so we can still be heard.
Right, so we can still be heard. But I don't necessarily do I want everybody's in there? People will have to mute themselves when they're not in, before they get in the show. That's all I'll have to make sure of. I need to put all four of our cameras underneath all of the shots. So that way at the end, after we've already brought out our newsman, our weatherman, and we've got the 4 shot, if we're switching to, if you're just going to be yelling, well, I mean, what the hell are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. I know, man, this is really angering me, and we still need to hear their inputs.
Right.
So I really need to add all 4 speakers, I think, to all of these scenes.
I agree with that.
And they'll just have to make sure they remain silent during them, muted and all that. Okay,
Yeah,
I just wanted to run that by you. Everything else
idea.
looking good? Is it Randy Jean?
Randy
Jean, what it do? Peace. Dan Anderson.
Dan Anderson.
As she's up here, she's over in the room that we're working on. I'm working in Evmux here. I'm using OBS to share this. How is the transmission out there? Am I real glitchy or anything?
Let me look at YouTube side.
Am I?
No,
I'll
you're
do
good.
this.
You're good. You look good.
It feels like I'm really doing good here. It feels like this is.
Yeah, it looks good.
Feels like it's got no problem. So I'm kind of happy with that.
That's good.
Dan
Anderson.
I'm knocking these out. I'll have the news done this evening. We will have the news done this evening. The what we're gonna do, what we're gonna do about Satan Life Coach. That's a little different. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
Any thoughts on what you want for Satan Life Coach, or you just want me to?
I haven't really thought about it. Give me some time to think about it. I'm gonna skedaddle. I love you.
I love you.
It's looking great, and I will talk to you very soon.
Love you. I'll see you later, honey. That's Allie. That's Allie G. Allie Patches. The link to her channel should be in the description of this, because that's the channel that Live High or Die. This is the thumbnail scene. That's the channel that is on. Are you right? I can barely see if you're writing stuff. I apologize. All I see is don't mind me at all. I don't mind at all. Oh, I see. That's how bad my eyes are. That's how bad my eyes are. I'm going to take a moment here. Come over here so I can look at the chat and actually see. Dan Anderson, awesome. Good to see you. I shared Dan out earlier today on my community post and everything. Please, everybody, do what you need to share Dan out, share everybody out there. I hope everybody's having a good one. I'm getting these scenes done. Here I am talking to you guys in the past, and then watch when it switches. Now I'm over here live streaming. Here we go. Where was I? I was in. See, I got to figure out where I was at. Let me get back down here to Photoshop. And I want to grab all these again because I'm going to still... I still want to drag them over more. Because Harry's going to be after where this S is in news. Because otherwise we'd see Steve, right? And I actually only have to... Well, I'm going to do this on both sides, but... Keep bringing it. Keep bringing it. So Steve's over there somewhere, but we don't know where he is. And we've got Harry. And is it possible to without Control Z? I don't want. Yes, yes. There we go. I just wanted to widen it in that manner. Export. I'm not going to overthink this. Export. Oh, hang on. Now let me do it. Export as a PNG. Transparency. This is going to be the desk where Harry, is this Harry? Yeah, Harry the meth head unicorn. So let's say desk Harry. Start. Yes, please do. Please do. Everybody, Rachel just put a link out there that I want everybody getting connected to. I plan on putting that on the wheel and everything on Thursday night for the shout outs, Rachel. I want to make sure that that's on there for Thursday night. So I want to shout them out. Okay, let me come back over here to Live High or Die. Let's get down here to the Harry scene that we have. We want to add the desk. It's going to be a media file. It's going to be a new one we've got to upload. And it's the desk Harry. And do it. So here is Harry. He's kind of close to me. I actually... Okay. Nope. Get that moved where it needs to be centered. Okay, good. Select Harry. Let's move Harry over to this side. And then we want the weather. We're going to add a new layer because this is going to be the weatherman. Harry's going to be the weatherman. And the layer I'm going to add as a filler for now until we actually decide what I'm putting up is once again going to be the Cult of Wes. Let's have it right about here and shrink it down a bit more. So Harry will be there, and this will be whatever it is that I'm popping up for the weather that he's going to have. Marshawn, cheers. Hope you're doing good. Am I missing anybody? Oh, I appreciate everybody coming out here, Rachel. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all the support. Truly do. And I hope we give some people some laughs when we do this. When we do this on Sunday. Again, these are all for the show that we do over on Alley's on Sundays at 10. Live High or Die. I'm creating the settings that we need here. Now, I could have a frame for these, but minimize, cropping. No, I don't need to do any of that. Let me turn that off for now. Now, I'm going to need to... I want to look at the look at Steve's. So Steve is here in this camera that I'm in, the same camera that's been coming across here. Steve is in this camera. The story is right there. Okay, and now we're gonna turn it over to what's his name? Okay. I can see that these need to be a little bit up. Nope, I moved the wrong thing. Grab Charlie's camera. And Charlie's camera up. Now let me bounce back and forth. Okay, this is still a little bit higher. How high up? My camera's bigger though. My camera is set up bigger than his, so I'm going to come up a bit on the camera. Bring it down to there. And bring this over to here. And now let's bounce back and forth. Hey, it's Steve. This is up here. Hey, look how I'm down here. That's sad. Alright. I'm doing it. I'm making it happen. We'll come up a little bit. Come up a little bit. Doesn't need to be perfect. That's close enough. That's almost right where it needs to be. Do it again. I think Steve's is just a little bit smaller here. So bring this, make it just tiniest bit bigger. Oh, that's friggin' perfect. Look at that. Oh, that's good enough. Good enough. Sunny day. Yeah, it was cold. It was cold today. So I don't know. Ashley, cheers, Ashley. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm not looking at a big chat. I'm looking at the small chat over there on a bad monitor. So I apologize if you see me keep looking over and doing this. It's me trying to read chat. That's what that is. That's me trying to read chat. Okay, so this is the shot that we have for the solo with Harry. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go through these real quick to add the others to it. Right now, it's got the two of us. I want to add the speakers, the other speakers to it. I want to add Charlie, and I'm going to drag Charlie behind. Did it put him behind? No. Put him behind the background, so it should do its thing when I go to background, when I click anywhere off of there, when I do that. Okay, so Charlie's in here. Now we'll be able to hear him. Now we'll be able to hear Charlie. And let me also add, because at the end, when they're all talking, we want to be able to, even if I'm doing the two shot of just Azura and myself, I still want to be able to hear them. So let me come down to the speaker, and I want to add Satan. So Satan's in there as well. And let's drag Satan down underneath of that background so that once again, we'll be able to hear both of them. They'll have to keep themselves muted while we're actually doing the show. Let's see what we got here. Was that Tuber chat is live? Oh, Ashley, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was unnecessary, but definitely appreciated. Definitely appreciated. And I gotta say, I'm loving all the music. I'm loving the music that you have going on there. That is so good. But I appreciate that support. I appreciate everybody who's out here. I appreciate everybody who's out here. Everybody who's doing stuff. And by the way, Ashley, I'm gonna have you on that wheel. I'm gonna have you on that wheel for the shout outs. You know I'm shouting you out tomorrow night. Nobody puts out that much music and doesn't get shouted out on a shout out party. That's all I want to say, because that's, I use that phrase a lot. That's all I want to say. Oh, hang on. I got a text. I always have to, got to make sure. Oh, there's so many notifications. Love you more than anything. Any guesses? Any guesses? We all know. We all know. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Da, da. Oh, I know you're going to be putting out more. You've got so much. See, I watched Pole Vault do that. Pole Vault putting stuff out every day, and it's just, wow. I'm trying to up my game, but and you're just bringing it. You're just bringing it. I love that. You gotta feel it. Oh, you do what you gotta do. Do it. Everybody bounces in and out, and that's why. And I appreciate the people that just come in real quick and have to give a like and then bounce out. If I want everybody to take care of life, take care of what you got to do in the real life, take care of what's happening and all that, and never feel like I wasn't able to be there. Well, I hope it was because you had real stuff you were doing. That's I want everybody to do well with that. Okay, so we've got the 2 speakers added to that. The solo one of Allie, I need to add all 3 of the other speakers to it, myself included. So let's add me, and I will be behind the background. That way she can hear me, and that way the viewers will be able to hear. That way the viewers will be able to hear, and everybody will be able to do it. Yeah, you don't want to burn out. You don't want to burn out. Go enjoy some supper. Enjoy some supper. I may still be here. I may still be, well, half an hour. I'm going to be at least within a half hour. I'm probably going to close this down because I need to. I've got a call I've got to take care of at 8. All right, let me add the other speakers so that we've got Charlie in the background, and they can each be heard this way. And we want to add, it's not actually going to be Satan, and it's not actually going to be Charlie, but those are the names that they've got listed on there. I'm taking the names all off and just going to pop stuff up. This will actually be Anakin Hempwalker, but he's got Satan just listed as the person and all that. All right, that should be behind. So now all 4 of them are on there. All 4 of them are on there. Let's do the same thing to the solo Steve shot. That's going to have my camera and whatever the story is. Let me hide the story here from the side. I've got to add the other 3 people in here so everybody can be heard. Oh, I appreciate that. Yes, Dan Anderson. Dan Anderson, the maddest shredder. He's the guy. He's the guy. He doesn't always come through and drop links. Okay, we're adding Allie, and we're going to put her behind the background so we don't see her, but we'll be able to hear her. We're going to add the speaker Charlie, who is actually Harry the Meth Head Unicorn. Going to put him back there so we can see, we can hear but not see. And I'm going to add finally the one for Anakin Hempwalker, which is listed as Satan, and get that drop down underneath as well. So now on my scene, Allie's scene has all of them. Main scene has all four of us. Ours are seen and theirs are behind the back. And then I need to do this with Harry's scene, which is listed as Charlie. Let me turn off the story that we've got listed there. Add new speaker. I've got to add Allie, drag her to the back. I've got to add speaker, me, drag me behind the thumbnail. I've got to add speaker, and it's going to be Satan. So Satan will be dragged behind the thumbnail. All right. We've got these three now. The next one is going to be actually the Anakin Hempwalker, because I've got Harry the Meth Head Unicorn. I got this one created for Harry. This is the Weatherman. This one is mine. This one is Allie's by herself. This is the two shot with Steve and Azura. And then the next one is got to be, let's add a scene. The new scene is going to be HN for Human News _ solo _ Anakin. There we go. _ Anakin. Anakin Hempwalker. Create. Just like all the others, I'm going to first put a media source, the background image that I need, which is that solid color. And the reason I'm using a solid color, so I give this to each of them. That way, Art of Floundering podcast, Will Dick, he'll put this in his system and have Anakin standing in front of it. And that way Anakin will blend in and look like he's right there in the room with all of us. So it should look like we're all together and not calling in from different backgrounds and everything along those lines. Let me add the new layer. Speaker. I actually am going to need all the speakers. This is going to be Satan. I need to turn off the lower thirds so it doesn't try to show Satan's name. I need to turn the frame to none so it does not try to have a frame around it. I had those others set up and make this a little smaller. Let me bring this thing over here. I'm going to bounce to here. Nope, that wasn't the one I wanted to bounce to. Oh, I got to drag this on down below Harry. Okay. I'll bounce between that one and Harry. Those are up higher. So let me bring this up a bit higher. That's about where it needs to be. Let's go back into Photoshop. Okay, I want to grab the desk and the text from here. And I want to how fast can I get it to go? Oh, that's the slow way. This is as fast as it can go. All right. We're making our way over, everybody. I'm just going to, I don't feel like dragging it. I'm just going to hold these two keys down as it makes its way on over. Because now we're getting the other end of the desk, and I need to extend it on the other side of human, where Azura's going to be. Because this is where we're putting Harry down here. So the next one is going to be Anakin. Desk Anakin is the image. And then I'm going to end up having to make a full desk. Shrink this all down so that we can have a 4-shot with all of us at it. Let's see. And I'll have to have a 3-shot. I've got to, after I do this, and I should have all of it, I'll create a 3-shot with Anakin Azura and Steve, and another one with Harry, Azura, and Steve. Okay, so let's keep this coming. We're doing it, everybody. We're making it happen. You're watching it. You're watching it live. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying. Come on, keep going. Keep going. I'm bringing so that the words Azura is right there above that H and U. So I want them far enough over to where it seems like there isn't much. Maybe let me look again at what I've got. What I've got for Harry here. Just one letter showing. So I'm going to kind of do that same thing here. I'm going to make it so I just got the one letter showing. That way, yes, Azura could be there, but she's not there in this shot. Let's grab these two things here. Let's hold down that shift so it doesn't, so it distorts them instead of, and just drag it off the edge. File. Oh, I've probably got to do this. And now, file, export. Export as a PNG. So with transparency so we can see through it. And this one I am going to call desk Anakin. Desk Anakin. Save. Now let's come back into the pro scene. We've got Satan here. Let's add the image we just made. Let's upload that new image, which is a desk Anakin. It's going to put it a little bit offset, like for some reason it always does. Oh, click it. Let me center it again so it's where it needs to be. And I need to add the story. I need to add the where we're going to have the images that will pop up. And the one I keep using is the Cult of Wes. And is this how this will work? Harry is on that side and he's got, let me turn on this so we can see. He's got that. Anakin has this. All right, solo of Anakin. We need to add all the layers, all the other speakers. So let's add Allie. Put her behind the background so we only hear her and not see her. Let's add the speaker me. So and drag me behind the background. So I will be in the scene, but not seen. And let's add Harry the Meth Head Unicorn, which is going by the name Charlie here. It's Gary's character. Let's add that behind as well. This, I'm hoping this all comes. That's what this kind of is. I like watching behind the scenes. And this also, if somebody's using Evmux, if you're looking to put together a show where you're going to, if we were all here, I could bounce between with all our cameras and we'd have that same color background. And I would be larger in this shot, you know, with that color background and all that. I could probably make one that works here, but no, that's not the way to go. But it'll look like we're actually at this desk, the two of us talking, blah, 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 blah. I can be talking, blah, 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 and have a story right here. If I'm oh, I hit the wrong thing. Have a story right here. If I'm presenting, a news story. The two shot, we've got the story that we can be presenting between us. And remember, we're not in offices or anything. We're gonna look like we're in the room. That background's gonna be against ours. So I think this should end up looking good. Then we introduce the weatherman. We have our weatherman show up, and hey everybody, and it's gonna be Harry the Meth Head Unicorn. I've got all of us added to the back of that. Then we have our sports guy, which is going to be, I believe it's Satan. Let me bounce back and forth. That goes about that far. I think this needs to go to there. I think that's closer to what we've got going on with the others. He's behind the desk. These are looking good. I'm liking these. I've got everybody underneath Anakin. I've got everybody that needs to be added to Harry's. I've got everybody added to mine. I've got this. So the next ones are the 3-shot. This is the 2-shot with just Azura and Steve. Now, if we're panned back on the news, that's when we'll see that 4-shot. And I'm wondering what we'll see in the foreground. I'll have to have some sort of foreground. But this is coming along. I'm getting kind of pleased. I'm getting kind of pleased with this. All right, let me. Where am I going? Oh, let's come back over here then. Let's come back over here, and I wanna grab hold of these 3. I want to bring it up so I'm looking at it all. And now I need to create the 3-shot that I use for Satan. That I used for our sports guy. Not Satan, but the other guy. And it's going to be much smaller than this. Let's keep bringing it. Because it'll have to be in the center there with the 2. So this will be our 3-shot for, yes. This is our 3-shot for Azura and Anakin and Steve. And then I'll just drag it to, yeah, here we go. These are the ones. I'm not overthinking this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Here we go. Export. What are we doing? Why are you making me angry? Here we go. File, export. Export as. Export as a PNG, and this is actually 3-shot. Instead of desk 2-shot, it's desk 3-shot. And I'm going to call it left. It's camera left. The 3-shot camera left. Now I'm gonna go ahead while I've got everything here. And I'm gonna drag it over to here, which is gonna be our 3-shot for the weatherman and Steve and Azura. because Steve's right here in the center. Weatherman's going to be there. Okay, so this is 3-shot right. I will be exporting it. File, export. PNG with transparency. Correct, correct. And let me just select the 3-shot left, and I'm going to call this one 3-shot right. And now, let me grab them all again. Let me bring it here to the center, or so. Let me shrink it down so we've got now I should have it up a little bit. And so what I need to do is I need to grab this, because I want that desk to just extend so it looks like they're all across there. And I think this is the 4-shot. File, export. Oh. Just stop with what I was doing. File, export. Export as. PNG with transparency. Oh, wait a minute. I just noticed. Cancel. Just noticed this is off the top. You grab that, drag that out. Okay. I didn't notice until I looked at the thumbnail that was making. File, export. Damn it. Do your thing. File, here we go. Export as. Okay, that looks good. And this is PNG transparency. This is going to be the 4-shot. Desk 4-shot is what I'm going to call it. So it's all 4 of us. Those are the remaining 3 shots, 3 scenes that I have to make to run the news. I'm telling you, man, what a pain. All right, let me get back over here. Let's get back into here. We've got thumbnail, countdown, human news, solo as, solo me, solo Harry. We've got solo Anakin. Now we need to add a new layer. No, back. I didn't need to add a new layer. I need to add a new scene. And this is going to be HN_3_ and I'm going to call this one Harry. I want the name on it so I know it's the 3 that has Harry with it, and the other one's going to have, because Harry's over there to the left with that story. No, Harry's on the right. Okay, it'll work. I know I'm babbling. I know I'm not making any sense. I apologize for not making sense. Add new layer. Let's add that background again. Where are you at, colored background? There you are. Let's add that desk media file that we're going to have to upload. Upload new files. I want the desk 3-shot right. This is the one that's 3-shot right. That's Harry's. Okay, and it'll be a little off center when it comes up. Oh, I've got to select it. It's a little off center. And then let me add First, I'm going to add the speaker, which is going to be Harry, which is listed as Charlie. Now, this is going to be on the camera, so I want to turn off the lower thirds, and I want to set the frame to none. And bring this on down, because he's going to end up, all three of us are going to end up being here. So we're going to have three different cameras running across here. Here's Charlie's. Let's add Steve, which is me. Let's add my camera. And I want to make sure I have the lower thirds turned off. I want to make sure that I have the frame set to none. And I want to shrink this sucker on down the same size as his. And those are going to end up having to be a little bit more unless we just overlap them, which is a possibility that we're going to do. Let me bring him down just a bit. Bring myself down just a bit. Bring myself over. Now let's add that third person, which is Azura, which is played by Allie. And let's up. I got to do the other thing. Let me do that. Turn the lower thirds off so it doesn't try to pop a name up there in some sort of window. Pop the frame so it's set to none. Good. And now shrink it down to the same height as these. And let's see what we got. Is that the spot? Is that the spot where you won't see any edges? So these will be Steve will be here. Let me get us put behind the desk. The desk has got to be in front of us. I think this is about as good as it's going to get. I think this is as good as it's going to get. He's already against the edge. Bam, bam, bam. Turn on that banner, see how that looks on here. Perfect. All right. And this gives us room in case we wanted to talk about anything up here. Yep. Now the other thing missing from this is putting the other remaining speaker, which is the Art of Floundering, putting it behind the background so we can hear it, but we do not see it. I got more text, everybody. I got another text. I love your face, comma, beautiful. Always, whenever possible, try to pay compliments, do things along those lines. You want people to feel good. And I love her. She's just amazing. Okay, so this is what we have for this shot. We could overlap a bit and be a little bit bigger. I want to try to be a little bit bigger here. I want the characters to be a little bit taller than this. I want Steve's right there. Take each of these And let's make them as big. And then actually right about there. So that we can move around and make this work. Let's drag this up. Bring this back. Alleys. Move them a little bit more. What if we come right up to the edge? No, I think we come in. Let's come in with Charlie's. I think those are about equal. So that gives me enough height. You should be able to see me when we're doing the 3-shot. That should work. Hey, beautiful. Hey, look. Look, it's Camp G May. Peace and love. Hey, Camp G May. These are I'm building all the shots for Live High or Die. We've got the 2-man shot. Let me turn the banner on so you can see how the banner is going to look with the 2-man shot. We will be using that solid color background that you see, the same color that's there. We'll all be using this color. We'll all be using this color. So we'll look. I'm looking at it right now. You can't see it. I look like I'm sitting at the desk. I look like I'm sitting at the desk over there in that other shot. So Steve the alien will be there. The shot that I just had, we have the main shot. We have a solo Azura shot. If she's talking about a certain story or something along those lines. We've got the solo Steve shot. If I am talking about a story or something along those lines. We've got our weatherman, Harry, and here's the weatherman. You know, this is a filler. This where Cult of Wes is. This is where whatever the map, the weather map, the story is, whatever that is. We've got that. We've got the solo with Anakin Hempwalker, the sports guy. This is the 3-shot for when we're just, so it'll be Steve, Azura over there, and here next to me is going to be Harry the meth head weatherman. So we've got this 3-shot. Then next I've got to make a 3-shot at the other end where it's Steve, Azura, and Anakin. And then there's a 4-shot where all 4 of us are going to be there, and we're all going to be at the desk. It's going to be one of those. It's a little different. This should be fun. We ought to test it sometime. We ought to all come together and get this thing tested. Marshawn, cheers. Cheers, Marshawn. Low pressure buildup, exactly. What are you talking about? What are you talking about with it? Oh, this is all going good. So we've got I think we've got these figured out what exactly we're gonna have there. So we've got that 3-shot. I want to now make a 3-shot HN for human news _3_ and this is the left. That's the 3-shot on the right hand side of the desk. The other side is where Anakin Hempwalker is. I'm putting the media files. I'm going to add that thumbnail for the background. We're just marching, knocking these things out here. I'm going to turn this banner off because it's annoying me. I want to add the desk to it, which I have to actually upload because that's the 3-shot right. I need to upload desk 3-shot left. Make sure it is squared up. And then I need to add, again, the speakers. And the first one all the way over to the right is Steve. Steve's going to be over here, and these are going to be behind the desk. Let me put the desk in front. Okay, so the desk is in front. Because I'm on camera, again, I have to make sure the ones that are on camera, have to turn off the lower thirds so it's not showing a name down there. That way we don't care about what name shows up. We want to turn off the frame so there's no frame around it. That way it will look like I'm just right here in this room. Let's grab the next speaker, which is going to be Azura. So it's Allie's camera. Bring it down to there, up to there. Then scale it up to there. Where are you at? There you go. Bring that over. And make sure and turn off the lower third on it. And make sure that it has a frame set to none. And then I need to add, listed as Satan, but it's actually Anakin Hempwalker. Turn off the lower third. And set the frame to none. And let's too small like this, aren't they? Way over there. Okay, let's look at what that right one is. Those are bigger. So let me increase the size. See when we get, that's almost. Little. And I want this, I want her centered. There we go. That's centered. So let's come straight down to there so it's behind the desk. Let's increase the size of mine. It's up. Let's keep it at the same size. Let's move me over. So I'll just have to make sure my guy's in that half of the camera. And then I want to move, let's get Satan the same size. And let's drag Satan over. Where's the edge of that camera? And that's the edge of that camera for Satan. How did that get bounced out of the way? There we go. We bounce back and forth between the 3 shots. Those look about the same size. Gonna bring Anakin in a little bit. I'm gonna bring myself up, hit the wrong thing. Control Z. Control Z. Grab me. Bring it in just a bit too. Oh, and those have to be behind the desk. Get them all behind the desk. Put Allie's in the back. Hers behind mine too. Okay. And then the other thing we need to add is we need to add Harry as a speaker behind the background, so we can hear Harry but we can't see him there. So now I think 3 with Harry. Oh, I named this wrong. I want to rename this. This is going to be 3 with Anakin. And then the only one left, I think, is the 4 shot, where it's going to have all 4 of us in it. Let me look at the time, because I do have some stuff I've got to. It is, yes. Oh, there we go. All right, the 4 shot is the only other one. These give us a bunch. This is moving along. We made a lot of progress tonight. I am feeling good. I am feeling good about the progress I have made over here. I have to reset my machine for a video call in about a half hour. Tonight, later on, I will be over there at Allie's place. Allie, into the night with Allie and Wes. I hope everybody shows up. I hope everybody has themselves a fantastic day. Enjoy this evening. Do the things that Axe and Nacho. Axe and Nacho at 11 o'clock tonight. Axe and Nacho, I believe, have the open mic. I believe that's tonight, the Wednesday. Butters, Scotty Butters is there with them. They're going to be doing that. They should be having a good time. I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for coming out here and everything and being here. You guys are really awesome, and I look forward to the next time. I look forward to the next time that you all get to watch me work. I look forward to the next time you all get to watch me work. Aloha. Oi. See everybody. See everybody. Let's just end this stream. Let's just end this. Bye, everybody.